Anālayo, when you hear about this gradual practice of connecting with your mind, that can even start with the sense objects, but eventually leads to this non-conceptual practice. Do you see any relationship with the meditation you spoke about at the start of this interview, this conversation around that started with space?
Yeah, first of all, I like to really appreciate Rinpoche's very beautiful presentation of mindfulness of breathing. Because in many traditions, it's actually not mindfulness of breathing, it's concentration on the breath. And this is a large difference because I was taught to focus on the breath at the exclusion of everything else. And this is actually a way of practice which may be working for some people, but for me, it didn't work because it teaches me to get into this tunnel vision. And what I see, if I understood Rinpoche correctly, was this encouragement to have the breath as a reference point, as a support, as a backup for awareness, but not let awareness be confined to the breath, but let awareness be wide open so that anything that happens can be taken within the compass of that awareness. And in that way, then we get a gradual development where at some point we can even let go of the breath and have just awareness being objectless awareness and just resting in itself. And that would be precisely what I see in this Chula Sunyata Sutta, the potential of developing mindfulness without an object. That is something really powerful. And in fact, there was one question I had been kind of having on my mind for this meeting. I have recently read a book on Mahamudra by Gawang Rinpoche, which is based on Bokar Rinpoche's commentary on the Ocean of Definite Meaning by the ninth Karmapa, Wangchuk Dorji. And under shamatha practices, under tranquility practices, he invites us to use just space as an object. And this resonates very much with my own practice and is something where I would just be very grateful anything that Rinpoche might be willing to share, using space, boundless space, as an object to build up concentration, tranquility, rather than having the breath or any kind of defined object.
Yes, so in that, the book, the definite meaning of the Mahamudra, so especially in the shamatha section, there are many different objects of shamatha, like internal, internal object, without object. So one of the without object is space. So normally what we call the space is very close to the emptiness. So when we look at this, and this space is not the science space. So I have a lot of discussion with the scientists. The science space is time, gravity, space together. So let's say if you talk about the Big Bang, before the Big Bang, science doesn't know whether there's space or not. But this is space is what I think is even before the Big Bang. And this space is beyond time, beyond, of course, beyond matter and beyond gravity. So it's just openness, unobstructiveness. So that's very emphasized in the text. So this kind of space, when we look up and down and east and west, there's no edge of the space. Where there's no edge, then there's no center. There's no up, there's no down. There's no direction, no south, no east, there's no, so completely beyond. Yet, because of that space, we all are here. Everything is possible. Everything is welcoming. Everything is allowing because of the space. Without space, we cannot have this communication. We cannot have this conversation. So therefore, one of the example of to connect with the emptiness, we have the space as analogy. So sometimes we meditate on that, and at the beginning we can focus with a small space through the hole or something, then the space in front of you, then entire valley, then entire maybe solar system, entire world, or entire worlds, entire universes. So, according to Buddhists, there is unlimited universes. So all this are space, completely open. Yet space is not nothing. Everything comes in the space, stays in the space, dissolves back into the space.
Creative dimension of space was something I had not been so aware of. That was very helpful. I was interested in your beginning with a small hole, because that is also the way the Theravada tradition introduces space as an object of concentration. It's part of, I don't know the Tibetan word, in Pali it's kasina, in Sanskrit kritsna, these round objects that you use for the four elements, the four colors, space, and consciousness.
Yes, we have that. We have in the Abhidharma, Abhidharma Kosha. So what we call separated things in. So it's kasina, 10 kasina. So colors and the four elements. So sometimes we look at the color or whatever, and then close eyes, memorize that whatever color or the earth disk, and eventually you let go of that object. So concentrate on only mental image. Then we make this bigger, bigger, smaller, smaller, and as the concentration becomes stronger, stronger, actually we will achieve the jhanas. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. So when we achieve the fourth jhana, then you let go of color. Then what happens? You see limitless space. So that is the limitless space of meditations. I think this is the fifth kasina, I think. So something like that. We have that practice also.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as we have in early Buddhism. But I believe the kasina can also be done at the space without going through all four jhanas, but using the space as the reference point for developing the jhanas, the absorptions.
So, yeah. That's also, this in the Mahamudra, that's directly you meditate with the space without achieving all these jhanas first. Yes.
Yeah, this is my own experience, because I don't see any reason, once I have developed this other type of awareness, as you call it, this more open and not so focused, if I have the object of boundless space as a clear conceptual idea in my mind, I can use that to align the awakening factors, thought, sustaining, happiness, joy, and unification. And particularly the unification of the mind becomes very powerful, because at that stage, when you line up the 5 factors of the first absorption, when you come to unification, with other objects, you just experience the mind is unified, but at that point, because the mind takes space as an object, it becomes like space. You become one with space, you inhabit space. And this is just, I find this is a very powerful meditative experience.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, in the Mahamudra, although at the beginning, it is what we call concept. Of course, you cannot have direct experience of space, but you are imagining space, more like at the beginning. But then later, we can let go of space. So be with the mind itself as it is, the true nature, the real, the mind itself. In that moment, and what is there is a mere awareness. So that mere awareness is no direction, no up and down, no front and back, no beyond time, beyond matter, beyond subject and object. Yet, all these things can occur there. So you can still walk, you can still see, you can have all this, what we call compassion may come. It will come all the love, awareness, wisdom. All this may arise within that. But although many things can arise within that state, at the same time, that state is totally beyond.
Beautiful, Rinpoche. Now, I also
Thank you.
understand that aspect of creativity. It comes from having gone to consciousness, to Rigpa, whatever you call it, and then looking back on the space and seeing that it has the same creative potential on the material dimension. Makes perfect sense.
Yes. So that's the what we call, if you cannot go beyond, then you cannot really fully with the reality.
Yeah.
The various reality, as you say, creative reality, whatever, life is up and down, dramatic, right? So in order to be with that, first you need to go beyond. When you go beyond, then you can accept anything in that level.
And in this trajectory that I used from this discourse, then after the stage of consciousness, which you have so beautifully described, the next step then is to take out any sense of I, me, and mine. Going from space, I have already dissolved the material world. But as you rightly say, there's still the concept of space. There's still an object. If I come to consciousness, object is gone.
Yeah.
There's only the subject, or if you like, the subject takes itself as the object, however you want to call it. But at that point, there could still be a sense of I, me, and mine. I am the meditator. I own this experience. And this is the next thing that you have to drop off.
Yeah. So what we call the innate quality of the mind is beyond concept, of course, beyond time and matter. But at the same time, what we call that is one with the awareness, luminosity. And that luminosity is not the thought, not the emotion, not the chittas, not the satchitas, the mental factors.
Yeah.
But it is base of everything. So the problem sometimes is that is too easy and too close. So what we call too easy, therefore become difficult. Too close is just there, therefore you cannot see it. We are looking something, always want to hold on something.
Yeah, this always wanting to hold on something is then the last step in this series. After even letting go of I, me, and my making, there is still the idea of emptiness.
Yeah.
And even that has to be dropped. That needs to be chucked out.
Yeah.
Because if I experience emptiness and I latch onto it, I miss the show.
Yeah. So also concept about non-conceptual, also holding an idea. So the only way how you can let go is let it be as it is. Let it be with your fundamental quality of the mind. So then it's like lamp. So lamp is the light. No need to flash light to see the lamp. No need subject and object. Lamp is the light. So that is what we call real meaning of go beyond subject and object. But otherwise, sometimes we let go, no subject object, no subject object, no subject. Then we make more subject and object.
Yeah, that makes all a lot of sense to me.